Art is the most expensive thing in the world. It's the most expensive thing to learn. It's the most expensive thing to produce. It's the most valuable thing in the world. And artists are the only ones who really produce anything worth buying. Hey guys, John in Los Angeles with the Alpha Channel update here for Wednesday, May 29th, 2024. And I have a few things I want to talk about, something I want to show off first. I just got this in the mail. This is my new copy of Lloyd C. Douglas's The Robe. This is an amazing book. It's about the soldier required to execute Jesus. And this is an autographed copy. This has been a huge influence in my life. From the soldier, his personal slave, Jesus on the cross, everyone involved, the emperor, everyone involved is an example of how to be alpha in a certain circumstance. And this is an amazing book. You should get a copy. You should listen to it as an audiobook. The audiobook version that's out is really, really good. I also want to talk about the Silmarillion, and there's a reason I want to talk about this. There's something specific in here that I have not mentioned before, and that is, in the Elven Kingdom, it is illegal for anyone to speak a non-Elven tongue. So if you speak a foreign language in the Elven Kingdom, that's a capital crime. It's not just illegal, they'll put you to death. If you're a foreigner in the Elven Kingdom and you speak the Elven tongue, that also is a capital crime. They will put you to death for that. If you're a foreigner and you speak a foreign tongue in the Elven Kingdom, that also is a capital crime. That's the world I want. I want in our kingdom, you're not allowed to speak another language and you're not allowed to learn ours. That's the world we're going to. That's what's going to happen. And we're going to get to that in the rest of our little conversations. But first, I want to talk about art. And I did this last night, freehand. I don't think I even did any blue line at all. So that was pretty impressive. This is my second time shooting this today. I didn't like the first one and I had missed showing that off. I also missed showing off this blue line that was positioned incorrectly. Here's a couple I did while watching Jamie Thomas and the guys in Thrill of It All. This is a quick screen grab. I just paused the video and drew it. Here's another one. I'm spacing on which skaters these were. I could pull it up, but this wasn't in Thrill of It All. This was in something else. That was just no, this one was not in Thrill of It All. The last one was. But yeah, dude, I'm having so much fun doing this. And this leads me to what I want to talk about for today. Doing this twice is good. I thought that yesterday's was bad because I'd done it after my workout, but it's not. It was because of lack of preparation. And doing this a second time, I'm discovering I'm a lot faster at it. I'm a lot clearer. I'm a lot sharper. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to shoot all of these twice. So what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about the fact that I have two amazing audiobooks here on YouTube. First one is Legacy of a Mad Scientist. Ashley Fox and her younger brother Jeffrey go on the run after their parents are killed. The second one is Legend of Ashley Fox. Ashley and her younger brother Jeffrey help an orphanage defend themselves from a serial killer administration who are preying on the children. Great audiobooks, check them out. They're amazing. And now I'm going to say some shit that'll probably get me canceled. Art is the most expensive thing in the world. It's the most expensive thing to learn. It's the most expensive thing to produce. It's the most valuable thing in the world. And artists are the only ones who really produce anything worth buying. If you think about this is sort of a bold statement, but if you think about it for a little while, you'll agree. And I mean all artists, sports, musicians, illustrators, filmmakers, writers. That's what everyone wants to do. That's what everyone wants to spend their time doing. No one enjoys labor. Maybe that's not true. That's not true. I've enjoyed labor, but I always wanted to do this. I can't say no one. I've always wanted to do this. And I have acquired a stack of skill sets that is going to allow me to do this with almost no money. Art can not only just be expensive to produce, it can be extremely expensive to learn. How do I say this? I've been watching a lot of sales marketing stuff, and some of the guys are saying you need to stack skill sets, and it's easier to stack skill sets if you have wealth. I suppose that's true. It's also easier to become addicted to doing things, to solving problems with money, and if you try to solve art problems with money, you're going to spend a lot of money. A lot of artists spend a lot of money on paint. You can spend a lot of money on art programs. You can spend a lot of money on digital education. Whatever you want to do, everything from compositing, which is basically like special effects, to painting masterpieces, there's not any element of that doesn't require some money. Compositing, if you want to learn compositing, you need source footage. You can always get free source footage, yeah, but if you want to do something great, you want it to be yours. And it's the same thing with making a film. Film's expensive. Everything, fashion design, none of this. The art of art is learning how to do it cheap and then learning how to do it for almost nothing. In school, they made us learn how to draw with charcoal. That was so we could sit around a campfire with our friends and family and whip up something awesome on a piece of wood and have everyone impressed while your cousins are playing the guitar or whatever. That's what art is about. It's about doing it with less and less and less until you can do amazing art with almost nothing. That's the goal. So that leads me to my second point, which is, what does it profit you to gain the whole world and lose your soul? Some of the skill sets I've had to acquire, I'm just going to go through them really quick. Wrestling in high school, shooting and martial arts in the Marine Corps, discipline in the Marine Corps, writing, tons of writing. That's by reading and writing, by studying. I never had a mentor, but that's what all the books on how to write are. They're mentors for when you can't meet them in person. So you have to take all the advice you can get as often as you can with as little exposures as possible. You want to learn your lessons as fast as possible. So writing was the big one, but then editing, television editing, illustration, color correction. Color correction is huge. Color theory is really important. I've been working in games for quite a while now. I've got a really great skill set there. There's only a few things holding me back. But what I want is to bring all these together. I spent quite a long time recording audiobooks and learning sound signal. All these things are crucial. One of the most important ones is sales. I spent quite a long time, years before I went into animation school and just recently doing sales. Sales is important, but sales can be seductive. And I had to sacrifice sales to learn all these other things, to go work in the industry, to go, be on an editing team on TV shows, to work as an extra for quite a while on big sets and see how the cameras are set up, how it's managed, how it's run. All these things are crucial. So what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Your body is in your soul. Your soul is not in your body. You're not that unique, okay? We're more like teacups in the ocean. Is each individual teacup really that different than the ones around it? Not really. Not that much. It's kind of the idea that the divine self is a mirror and we're all fractured bits reflecting the same thing. So if that's true, and we're all equal as individuals, then all these Stone Age religions are nonsense. And the stuff going on around them right now is absurd. For someone to say that we have a deed to this land because of the Bible and it's a 3,000-year-old deed and that gives us the right to commit genocide and murder people wholesale, and you can't object to it or say anything about it. Right now, if you stand with Israel, you're a war criminal. If you're pro-Jewish in any way, you're a war criminal, in my humble opinion. This whole bit where they said there was an accident, they killed 21,000 people in like one strike or something like that, this is absurd. It's absurd, and the fact that people are going along with it and that no one is objecting to it is just shows you how far mankind is, just goes to show you. And look, what goes around comes around. What's going to happen, the punishment for this is going to be biblical. I'm not going to have to do anything. I'm making comic books. What do you care about me? So stop using sacred texts to support murder. That's using the Bible to support what Jews are doing. Ashkenazi Jews who have no ethnic right to that land. These are the Ukrainian name stealers from way back. That's who these people are. Khazarians. There's Cliff High has a great audio bit where he explains how they used to waylay travelers on their way to Russia, and they had all these inns set up along the road, and they would learn everything about you, murder you, take all your possessions, go to Russia, and do whatever deal you're supposed to do. They were talking like emissaries from other kingdoms. I'm gonna have to cut this out too. I don't want to talk about that. Using the Bible as justification to murder people and steal their land is way worse than using the temple to sell barnyard animals as sacrifices. That's who you are. That's who you are. And you have no ethnic right there. You're conversos from the 1600s. You have no right in Israel. You have no right there. The land's not for you. The revenge is going to be great, and I'm going to get to watch. And that's what you're doing. And everyone who's supporting it is supporting it. If you're not against Israel right now, you're a war criminal. You are. Rebellion, you want to be the plucky rebels in Star Wars? You have to stand up against Israel and the Jews who run this world. They are the evil empire. It's interesting that the Star of David has 6 sides, just like the imperial cog, isn't it? So yeah, this is the issue of our times, and you need to take a stand on it. I'm not necessarily pro-Islam, pro-Palestinian. I hope they all kill each other. That would be the best case scenario for me. And I'm going to ghost them and ignore them. The only time I'm going to mention them is here. And I'm going to stop mentioning them here. I'd like to cut all this out. I like to see if I can do that. If this video just abruptly ends and we cut directly to this, it's because I'm cutting out. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't cut this out. It's just that simple. I'm going to see if I can talk about something else tomorrow. Talk more about art. Talk more about what I'm doing with the stories. The stories are great. I'm so happy. You guys should check out Legacy of a Mad Scientist. The beginning story with this one is a story called Blue Goo about some kids. This is so hard when you're not. Okay, all right, love you guys. Talk to you later.